What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to Football Manager 2019, the most fun game on the planet right now. I'm just loving it. I can't wait. As soon as I finish this, I'm gonna start streaming, and I'm gonna stream my other save, and I can't wait. It's gonna be fantastic. Today, though, we've got a bit of an interesting one. 2 away games, Liverpool and Burnley. I wasn't actually going to play either of these, and I was going to wait until we get our first Champions League game down here. If you can hear traffic, by the way, window on the landing is open. Otherwise, my cat may die of heat stroke or something to do with heat. So I do apologise. I've tried to make it as best I can, but otherwise we're all going to die. So the Champions League starts on the 16th of September, and I was going to skip until we play Brighton and then a Champions League game. But the draw for the Champions League groups is between the Liverpool and Burnley game. So what I'm going to do, play the Liverpool game, which I'm not looking forward to at all because we've had a great start to the season. We haven't even conceded yet. And then we'll do the draw in the middle of those 2 games, and then we'll go away to Burnley, a team who have been trying ever so hard to sign our goalkeeper this season. Speaking of goalkeeper, he has played a bit of a blinder, and we've also had a lot of goals scored so far. So we are second, and we're only second because Tottenham have played a game more than we have, although we are about to play Liverpool. So don't hold your breath. Look at the state of it, though. Manchester United in 13th, Chelsea in 14th. Man City haven't had the best start to the season because they lost on the opening day, of course, to Arsenal. Arsenal have done quite well recently. They've smashed Middlesbrough 5-0. The team that we are going to set up to play against Liverpool looks like this. I've seen a few comments saying that we need to be playing a 2-striker formation. I have 2 formations this year that have worked wonders for me, not only in this save, but in the stream save and my personal save. In my personal save, I am in the 7th tier, or I was in the 7th tier of Welsh football, with literally the lowest team I could find, and I didn't really buy any. Well, you can't buy anyone. I got a couple of youth players in, but nothing crazy. They're all really still rubbish. Media predicted us to finish like bottom but 1. I implemented this system. We've got players who can play in there, kind of, and we are storming ahead at the top of the league. So this system works, and so does the other system, the staggered system. The unfortunate thing about this is I didn't really look too much into it at the start of the season or during the transfer window, and we've not got a player who can play central midfield. So, yeah, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait and see what happens there. So, Pedro didn't leave. The deal fell through. The reason the deal fell through with Napoli is because they already had 2 players outside of the European Union. I'm not sure of the rules with regards to that in the UK, but obviously in Italy you can't have more than 2. So yeah, we got away with it. He's stayed with us. Unfortunately, he is currently underbid. It doesn't say that he is. Wants to join bidding team. Basically, I think Bayern Munich have got a 40 million bid in for him, with 50% of the future sale coming to us as well. Bojan is injured, Bauer injured, Shawcross injured, Woodburn ineligible. Team looks like this. Rodriguez comes in at right back. He's not match sharp because he's not had any football. I forgot to set him to the under-23s. Abdoulaye Toure came off the bench a couple of times for us so far this season, has done reasonably well. Without any further ado, let's get into it. This is probably... Okay, I thought I was ready to play the game. This is probably going to be our first stumbling block this season. Media has predicted us to finish 7th. Our board wants us to get European football. Not Champions League, just Europa League. Oh, we've still got 100%. That's madness. If we sell someone, we get 100% of it through the transfer budget. Arsenal play Chelsea. That's a big game. Middlesbrough have got a point at Southampton, which is big for them. Southampton want to buy one of our players. Who was it? Is it Ben Davis? It is. Southampton want to buy Ben Davis. Maybe. Not yet, but maybe. They're going to have to pay big money for him, but quite possibly. So, their team, they have Mo Salah, Allen plays, Callum Wilson is there. They've bought Ndombele, of course. They've got Aarons at right back. I keep going to say we. I don't know what their bench looks like. Oh, no, I do. Mignolet, I'm in the way of it. Mignolet, Fabinho, Naby Keita, Roberto Firmino, Hermoso, the centre-back, of course. Shaqiri is still there. And Nietzsche. Interesting team. Mariano, by the way, has scored in every game so far this season and is just on fire. What an absolute peach of a player he is turning out to be. I think he's more or less hit his full potential, though, so we're not going to get any more out of him. But we've got a player who has literally just hit the ground running. He's scoring goals for fun. Here's Baba, tries to play the ball in. Salah gets it, and this is what Liverpool do. They break. We've stopped it. Our defence is very, very good. And I've said that, touch wood. It can remain so. But our defence now, goalkeeper, they're both very, very competent. I mean, we've not conceded a goal so far this season. We are at Anfield, though, so I wouldn't expect to come away with this without conceding a goal. Ball through to Mariano, and here he is. You're going to get a good look at him, and he's in, and he's scored. And that's his 5th goal of the season, and we've only played 4 games. The guy is absolutely prolific. I'm toying with the idea of bringing in Pedro as well as Mariano. We've conceded our first goal of the season, and it's the Liverpool captain, Jordan Henderson. Well, if I was going to concede to anyone, I probably would have picked him. But anyway, back to the drawing board. I'm gutted we've conceded our first goal. I was hoping we could get through an entire season without... Can you imagine? I don't think we're going to get through the entire season without losing several games, let alone conceding a goal. So, what was I saying? That other formation that we have, I was trying to see which one of those, either Pedro or Mariano, could competently play as a shadow striker. And I think one of them can kind of half do it. So, if maybe we play a team, I'm thinking maybe against Burnley in the next game, maybe we try it out and we see if we can get away with playing both of them in the same team. Because if that is a possibility, I'd be well up for that. Because both of those, they're goal machines. So both of them together, can you imagine how many goals they would score? We'll toy with that in just a second. We do have an attack to contend with here, and Dombele on the edge goes for goal, scores his first goal of the season, assisted by Jordan Henderson, who's having an absolute blinder. We are 2-1 down to what looks like to be a very strong Liverpool side. Like I said, though, media's predicted us to finish 7th. We're not necessarily meant to be competing with the top teams. We're meant to be beating everyone beneath us and losing to the top 6. Here's Baba, ball played in, it's trickled, it's gone out for a corner. Becker's done a Mignolet. I doubt that's the highlight, surely. Duncan with the ball in. It's defended. Comes back out to Mariano. Finds himself on the right-hand side. This Capuano. Capuano, the centre-back, by the way. Maya plays it to Mariano, still out there on the right. Virgil van Dijk takes the ball from him, and here we go. This could very well be 3-1 in the making. It's not. Right, let's try and make a sub, shall we? Because nothing's happening here. Maybe we do switch into the more attacking... Alright, I do have Pedro on the bench. I could theoretically try it now. So Mariano can't play a false 9. Let's put Duncan in there as the automatic. Let's put Maya here because he hasn't been booked. So let's bring on Pedro for Dorado. So Pedro likes to be a shadow striker. That works a little bit better because Mariano doesn't mind being a shadow striker either. Pedro's more accustomed to the false 9 because he played in the system last year. Torre is going to have to come off for Berardi maybe because Berardi likes to be the inverted winger. He's natural there. That to me has a little bit more snap to it. Now, whether we're able to put this into practice here and actually go out and get it done, let me tell them to get creative. We've got 20 minutes to make this system work against a very strong Liverpool team who have just brought on Roberto Firmino. It doesn't seem to be doing anything, does it? It doesn't. And Rodriguez has had a shocking game. Well, I did make my final sub. Maybe taking Duncan off would have been a good idea, but we're about to hit the full-time whistle and lose 2-1 to Liverpool. I mean, to be fair, I was expecting to be absolutely slapped. We have scored a goal. We've been in the tie. It's only 2-1, so there's a small positive to take away from it. But... must do better would the report card would probably say. Unfortunately, we've not done the business there. when is the draw? I think it's the 27th, so it's 2 days before the Burnley game. So I will be right back. So 2 draws to be drawn today. The Carabao third round cup. We'll just draw all teams straight away. We're in against Millwall. We were the last team. I'm so glad I just drew all teams. Yeah, we play Millwall away in the Carabao in the third round. So there's that. And we're just waiting for the Champions League. Here we go. This is... I'm just going to put it on automatic draw and we're going to watch the whole thing. Now, we are... I mean, I would imagine we'll come out in maybe 3rd or 4th? Are we going to be in the 3rd seed? Are we in the 4th? No way we're in the 4th seeds. We're in the 4th seeds. Oh dear. This is not going to go well for us. At the moment, the only group I'd really be happy with is Group G against Hertha. Now, this is somewhat... CSKA were in pot 1. Barca were in pot 2. What has happened? Well, okay. I would take G at the moment. We can't get drawn against another Premier League club, so that kind of rules out the other relatively simple group, and that of being C. The group of death right now could very well be Group D. Or Group B, actually. Group B is the group of death. We don't want Group B. I'll tell you what, Group G looks very nice. Here we go. We could get this one. Oh, we haven't. Okay. We've been drawn against Stoke. We are Stoke, idiot. We've been drawn... We've been drawn against Dortmund. There we are, here. Dortmund, Lyon, and Dynamo Kiev. Now, Dynamo Kiev is a team that you would expect us to be beating, right? That is, I mean, that's a must. If we can't beat them, we've got no chance. If we can get a win against Lyon and nick a draw against Dortmund, beat these two in the return legs, we should be okay. But that's going to be a very, very difficult... very difficult group. I mean, it could have been worse. Like I said, we could have been given this here. Real Madrid, PSG would have been almost impossible to get out of. Barcelona, I mean, Inter were drawn last, so it wouldn't have been... We would have been in there with CSKA, Monaco, and Barca. That's not the end of the world. Monaco, I don't know how good they are these days. CSKA, can't imagine they're that great. This would have been a group of death. That would have been no chance. I mean, we would probably struggle against Benfica, let alone Bayern and Atletico, so I'm glad we didn't get drawn there. You never know. In terms of the scheduling... oh, okay, so we're not going to... When's our... Okay, so they've not put them in the schedules yet. We have to continue this and see if they put them in. No. Yeah, we're in. Right, okay, so... Oh, Dortmund. I mean... It would almost be rude not to show you Dortmund, right? So we'll play Burnley now. Hopefully get a win. We'll do Brighton off camera, and I think what we'll do is we'll play Dortmund and Middlesbrough, and then I'll play quite a few of these off camera, even though we do have Man United and Man City coming up, and then maybe come back for Arsenal, Lyon. That sounds like a good idea. If you can believe it, this is the team that's going to play against Burnley away from home. I've decided we're going to go for it. I'm going to play very attacking. Now, I've also made some significant changes with regards to personnel. So, Thiago Maia, one of our... I mean, he was our key signing in the summer. He's not playing. Abdoulaye Touré, not playing. Another one. Rodrigo Dorado, one of our main central midfield players, not playing. Duncan, another one who's one of our main central midfield players, not playing. I've dropped them for basically last season's star players. Stulak, of course, had such a great season for us. Knows the Volante role better than anybody. Has a very strong link to Garcia, who is very capable in that position. Mariano is going to be the shadow striker. Pedro will be the false 9. Berardi comes in as an inverted winger. Bauer back after his injury. And then Etebo up at left side. Now, it might actually be an idea to play someone along the lines of Ryan Kent. Let's play Ryan Kent, actually, instead of... Can Touré? No, Touré can't play there happily. Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I think I would love to give Adam Ider a go. I really would. But the problem that I've got with him is that he just doesn't... I don't know. I can't play him over Pedro. I can't play him over Mariano. It's just they're too good to leave out. Maybe I could put one of them on the bench, but I'm more than likely to switch back into the defensive roles at some point. So they have Harry Wilson in the centre of midfield, interestingly enough. I would be playing him on the left, but, it's just me. And, look at our team. It is star-studded at this point. Let's go out there and get a win. I'd be very surprised if we don't come away with this with a win. Like I said, I may need to change the system into the defensive system if this doesn't work. I don't know how Pedro is even going to play because he's not happy at the moment, so he might be a little bit more disruptive than he needs to be. I might have to just send him to the under-23s and leave him there until January, but we'll see how we get on. You can't really rule out quality, can you? There's Kent. Stulak making his first start. Mariano on the turn from the shadow striker position, and you cannot stop this guy from scoring goals. I'm all right for Pedro to leave, to be honest. If Mariano is going to continue to do what he's doing, if Pedro wants to leave, he can. My dream, though, would be for Pedro to start scoring in this system, and then we've got 2 20-goal-a-season players in the same team. That would be phenomenal, because that's a league-winning combination right there. Unfortunately, Pedro doesn't seem to have done much, and he's left it all for Mariano, and we are 1-0 up at the break, which is good. It could have been worse, that's for sure. We're going to just go straight into the second half, no messing. There was only one highlight as well, and we got a goal from it. I would like a little bit more in the way of excitement, please. They are struggling for condition compared to us. I don't know why. It's not that far away, but they've dipped into the 60s, some of their players, and we've barely dipped into the 70s. So we are fitter than they are. I don't know whether we've had a better pre-season, but pre-season's a little while ago now. Maybe a month ago. I don't know if that's still got an effect on it. There's Berardi looking to play that ball. There goes Pedro. He's onside. He does it so well, and he's missed an absolute sitter. Something that I feel Mariano probably would have scored. Is Pedro completely match sharp, though? Is he really up for this? I don't know. I think it might be time to switch back into the other system. Or do we just leave this system as it is and maybe just try and improve on it? Maybe move... Mariano can't really play as a false 9, though. But then, I was going to say we could maybe bring on another striker. I didn't bring Adam Ida with me, so that's not going to happen. We'll move back into the defensive. We'll leave Mariano on. Yeah, see, Pedro is fit. Pedro is 95% match sharp. I just don't understand why he's not. It's probably because of his morale. He's slightly poor. It's not terrible. Anyway, what are we saying here? Should we bring on Thiago Maia for Pedro? Move those two around. So Thiago Maia is the holding player. Should we maybe bring on Alfred Duncan for Garcia? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll just make the 2 changes for now and just go back into that system. Tighten up a little bit. We're good on the break in this system as well, so if we do come under a lot of pressure, we can hit them on the counter. Here's Baba with a throw. Headed back towards Duncan. There's Kent looking to play back to Duncan. Ball over the top to Baba is great. Baba into the penalty area. Arriving late is Berardi, and that's his first goal of the season. Baba with the assist. That's probably the end of the game. And we've managed to see off Burnley quite comfortably. They've not had one single sniff at goal. And we've got one more sub to make here. Who needs match? Ben Davis needs match fitness, but I'm not bothered about him. No one else really needs it, so we might as well bring someone off who's going to need a bit of a break. I'm not bothered about resting Stulak. Let's bring Abdoulaye Touré on for Berardi and give Abdoulaye Touré a little run out for 10 minutes or so. Here's Gelin. Butland, who's only conceded 2 goals the entire season so far, and they're toying with it at the back. It does make me nervous when this happens, because it's only a matter of time before one of them completely cocks it up. We are playing Football Manager. Ball launched out, it's defended, but comes back and up and over the top it goes. Headed back down, Kent intercepts, comes into Mariano, needs to play it through. There's so many bodies over, and Torre's been on the field for about 20 seconds, and he has just scored to make it 3-0. He's literally been on for about 30 seconds. I said 20. I've had a rethink. I think it's more along the lines of 30. But that's a 3-0 victory away from home. Very comfortable. We are a good side, but we are going to struggle against the top 6, top 5-ish. Here's Duncan. Plays a nice ball out to Baba. Another cross comes in from Baba. Tell you what, Baba is a fantastic little sign-in. I'm so glad I've brought that guy in. Former Chelsea man, of course. And his crossing is phenomenal. So, SkySports.com said that this has to be one of the more surprising results I've seen. I was expecting a close match with Stoke, so perhaps scrape a victory, and they've run out comfortable winners. Yeah, I mean, it was very comfortable. On the sort of stats, it's not that comfortable, but if you look at it, they didn't have a sniff at goal the entire game. So we've done really well there to come away with 3 points. We dropped points at Liverpool, of course, but it's to be expected. But just give Mariano some more praise. He's going to get a bit fed up of it soon. I've had to praise him 2 games in a row now. Competitions. So we are second in the league because of that defeat. Tottenham are yet to lose this season. There are a few clubs still yet to lose. But us and Manchester City, who are, 1 and 2 from last season, we've both lost already. But we are doing well. Goal difference-wise, we're running away with it, really. 12 compared to everybody else. We score a lot of goals, and we don't really concede that many. But that's going to do it for today's episode. I will be back, obviously, tomorrow, and we'll come back for Dortmund-Middlesbrough, and then we'll return for Arsenal and the return leg. Not that it's a leg, but the return fixture, the reverse fixture against Lyon, because we'll have to play them there. So, yeah, we'll play Dortmund in the first... play Dortmund tomorrow, so we'll get an understanding of how difficult it's going to be. I'd imagine Dortmund are going to be the hardest team in that group. We'll see if we can progress through the FA Cup. We'll play the other 2 Champions League, and then you'll see. We'll have a clear understanding of how I would expect the group stages to go. And, of course, if we don't go through, we may very well end up in the Europa League. Who knows? If you have enjoyed today's episode, smack the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, of course, and until the next time, goodbye.